You are listening to the We Are Not Safe for Work podcast. Your hosts, Renee and Nadja, will dive into all the different reasons why some entrepreneurs become unemployable.
Every time. It just puts me in such a good mood. I don't know what it is.
Same. It's hard to not love it.
I know.
It's hard to not love
great.
it.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Nadja.
How's
How
it
the
going?
heck are you? Oh, it's good. It's good. It could be better, but it could definitely be a lot worse.
I was gonna say I'm in a pretty cheery mood because I started off my day with the with renewing my Australian passport, and I shared a little bit of the story with you earlier, but I just had like such a fun check-in experience.
Which is so funny because
at the Australian consulate. Like,
isn't this the thing people are always saying? Oh, this was terrible. I had to go do my passport.
Yes. No, it was so much fun. The people there genuinely love their job, it seems like. And it shows because they were just like super jokey, and they gave me trivia questions before I could pass security. Which made me panic. Like, I was sweating a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh.
That is so funny. That is so fun.
Yeah.
So, everything
Sorry,
okay?
hang on. My daughter's asking if something is still good. What is it?
Potato.
Oh, yeah, you can heat that up. That's fine.
Yay.
What was she asking about?
She was asking if she could heat up a potato. A reheat, sorry. Reheat leftover potatoes. And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
How to reheat a baked potato.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Hey, Lily, just wait. Okay, we're going to do this, okay?
We're going to do this? What are we doing? Oh, God.
We're doing this. Hang on a second. We are going to, you don't need to come into the screen, baby. All right. I'm going to Google, and I'm going to where?
Let's see. Here's where you're going to have to type in, because right now Google hates us. So how to reheat is it a baked potato?
Yes.
And then say cooking chew.
Cooking chew.
Yeah.
Oh, try new AI mode. Sure.
Why not?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I don't want this. Let me go back. Not interested. Okay. So
there it is. How to
reheat a baked potato in 5 easy ways.
Yeah. Look at that potato.
Oh,
that was a good potato.
Oh, good.
I ate that potato.
That like crispy bacon bits?
Yeah, I ate that potato. She's like, I'm hungry, guys. What are we doing?
We do have bacon, but it's not cooked. So just wait, baby.
I want to say up front, I did not write this article. I had someone that worked for me that wrote it. So this should be interesting.
Sure.
But Tabitha took the photos.
I mean, it looks really good.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, so good.
Well, food porn is why we're here, right?
You can reheat a baked potato.
You can reheat it in the oven.
You can reheat it in the oven.
It will turn out the best if you do that.
Yeah. Like, you could do the toaster oven.
Or an air fryer.
Or the air fryer.
Or the microwave.
Okay, you can do the microwave. So it's the fastest way, but it's going to be dried out. Okay. Oh, see, I wouldn't have put wet paper towels. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Well, that would help keep it moist.
Yeah. Okay, here's the air fryer.
There you go. This is how we normally do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would do the microwave method if I was her, just to make it easy.
She can do it on the in the toaster oven.
Yeah, that would work too.
Because the toaster oven is basically just a small.
By the way, this skillet method I think is silly, but whenever Andy does stuff, she does this. This is how she often does things. And I'm like, are you serious? Why are you doing that?
Why do you think it's silly?
I don't know. I just it's not silly is not the right word. I would have just never thought of it. So putting it in the article is because she literally reheats things a lot in the skillet.
All right.
I just would have never thought of it before. That's my skillet.
I mean, that looks good.
I know. Doesn't it look good? Because she likes that crispiness, I guess. So
I do too. Yeah, I like the crispy.
you know.
Okay, so here, let's go back to the oven.
I
Okay,
don't think we have.
maybe you know this. Um, what is the difference between an oven and a toaster oven?
Uh, I don't know if I know the answer to that. A toaster oven honestly is basically the same. It's a smaller version, so you're gonna so what
Right.
if you wanted to do the toaster oven, I would probably put it on the 425,
Mm-hmm.
wrap it in the foil, just
Wrap it in
like
foil.
you were gonna put it in the oven, and then I would just do the same instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get foil. There's the pre-cut sheets. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. There's pre-cut foil sheets in the drawer.
In the drawer?
Yeah, in the drawer.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So wrap the potato in foil, preheat to 425, and then heat in the oven for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Cooking Chew, guys. CookingChew.com for all of your
There you
cooking
go.
needs.
There you go. There you go. We've released some new pretty recipes lately too.
Ooh.
I know. Um, we're not here to demo Cooking Chew, but you should look at the recipes because they're really good. A bunch of desserts.
I will. Oh, I love desserts. Okay, I'm gonna stop my
Yeah.
share. Okay.
Okay.
We had a
So
reason for doing this.
yes, we did. We did. It was legitimate. Um, okay. So we were going to talk about N8N.
Yes. Okay. So
And
you need to explain like I'm 5 because
oh, yeah. Listen, I understand. Um, okay. Just trying to. Give me just a second, guys. I swear I'm not just. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Because N8N is, in my mind, a lot to say, we named these Nathans.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So moving forward, even though it is N8N.io, if you want to put
okay.
that in the show notes, um, what it is automations. It is automating a workflow. Okay. It was really hard to do. It is considered no code, which is funny because I guess technically that's true, kind of, sort of. But it was also one of the hardest things I have done in my professional career
Really?
ever. And I have done some hard things. And I used to have a corporate job, and so it was really hard because it was like learning a new language, if I'm
Okay.
honest. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, so the workflow that I'm about to show here, or I'm showing on the screen right now, if you see it, you can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Here are all the mistakes I made down here, the things that didn't end up using.
Okay.
And here and here. So what it does is it creates a literal workflow and creates actions. And so this software called N8N ties in all of these just like 1,000 tools. Like think of Slack and Google Drive and Google Docs and Google Sheets and Facebook and Twitter and
Yeah.
any app you can think of for the most part somehow ties into N8N so that you can, if it has an API. Notion is a good example, the note-taking app.
Yeah.
If it has an open API, you can automate something to it in theory. And so what we did, one of the things that I am trying to do is to utilize AI to take as much of the admin work off of our plates so that we don't have to think about it.
Okay.
Because one of the things, we're all familiar with admin and it weighs on your brain. Even if something doesn't take very long, it weighs on your brain that it needs to be done.
Yeah. Yep.
And that can help you with procrastination, and it can keep you from productivity because you have these admin tasks weighing on your brain. Well, in Cooking Chew, we, and I know I've talked about this before, but in case you didn't listen to that, we manage our content based upon a number that we call a CO number and a primary keyword phrase. The thing about content is that if you have an article like that one we just looked at was from 2023, right? And
Yeah.
it was probably really written, if I were going to guess, the original time it was written was 2021. Okay.
Okay.
And over the course, the focus of that article may have changed slightly. It might have been originally how to reheat a potato, and then I realized that what's really about a baked potato, so I added baked potato.
Okay.
Just as a random example.
Yeah.
So it gets really hard to track. You can't track blogging based upon a title, is what I'm trying to say, because titles change over time. You optimize them. So we assign a CO number, which is just literally a number. So our first article is CO1, and now we're up to like CO 3600, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know what the actual number is.
Well, right.
But,
yeah. But I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah. So when we do that, because we manage our content in Google Drive, so we use Google Drive, Google Docs, Trello, and Slack. Those are our primary drivers for the business.
Okay.
And whenever we are going to write a new article, we request a CO number from Will, who is someone that works for us. And Will adds the CO number to the spreadsheet, adds the working primary keyword phrase, and then he goes into Google Drive and he creates a Google Drive folder. And then he creates two subfolders. One's called final and one's called raw, and those are related to the images. Okay.
Okay.
And then inside of that, we create two documents. One's called the use this one document, which is the latest working document for the content because we write. And then we have another one that's called the Etc. document, and that's just where we keep notes.
Okay.
Okay. And then he goes and he creates a Trello card in the Trello list that says, here is your CO number with this primary keyword phrase. Here's a link to your Google Drive. Okay. So we oftentimes, because Andy, who does most of the recipe writing, wants this stuff created at night because she's at night is when she works on Cooking Chew because she has a full-time job during the day. So God bless her, she spends her evenings doing this. And so oftentimes she'll come up with an idea for an article or realize she's been in the kitchen working and now she wants to write the article. And so Will is not at work, so she has to wait for Will to get the CO number. So I created this automation.
Right.
And so now Google form is, I created a Google form, and you go to the Google form, and the only thing she puts in the Google form, it's right here, is her primary keyword phrase. Okay.
Okay.
And when she puts that in, it triggers the automation, and it goes through this workflow of all of these things to figure out what the next CO number should be, assigns that CO number in the spreadsheet, and then it goes and it finds where it should create the folder on Google Drive. It creates the three folders. It creates the two documents, and then inside of the use this one, it puts a whole bunch of information that needs to be filled out for each article in there.
Okay.
And then it goes and creates the Trello card and puts the link to the Google Drive. And then it Slacks us on our Slack channel that, hey, this is done. Here's the links to the two things you need. Here's a link to the Trello card, and here's a link to the Google Drive. And it's just really great. So,
well, I was just going to ask. So, I mean, I love automations. I love building automations. So like looking at this, I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty.
I know.
So what made it so difficult to build?
So a few things. One, I'd never done anything like this before.
Okay.
Also, before you can automate something, you have to, because it's just a robot doing it, right? So you have to have every single click, every single step fully defined.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
knew that that would feed into you because you're all about systems, right? So
Yeah.
you got to have your system and your workflow written down before you start, which
Yeah.
sounds easy because when you teach something to a human, there are a lot of assumptions made.
There are so many assumptions. Yes.
And they're micro assumptions that you don't even realize until you try to automate it,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
so I had to think through every aspect of that. But then also, because this was not a simple automation, even though it sounds like it's saying it out loud, there were a lot of factors involved in a lot of testing done to
Mhm.
figure out how to get the spreadsheet, the next CO number, for example.
Yeah.
That took the longest. This piece here of how to get the next CO number to figure out how to make that work in an
Mhm.
automation way was actually the part that took the longest.
Yeah.
And the way that we ended up doing it was inside of our spreadsheet here. So our form responses go here, which is what kicks it off. Is
Okay.
something going into this tab in our
Mhm.
Google content sheet is what kicks off the whole automation.
Yeah.
But then I had to create, I didn't do any of this, AI did this, but it created a formula that tells the system what the next CO number is. So this formula reads
Yeah.
from my to content list.
Right. Which
Let's
has
see. So
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because it couldn't figure out on its own how to know, which was really surprising, but there was no way that it could figure out on its own by looking at this spreadsheet what the next peak CO number should be. Because these yellow
Mm.
ones right now, these that are yellow means that we have content in the works,
Yeah.
but not published yet.
Okay.
So in order for it to know what the next number in this column B is,
Yeah.
it had to create a formula in another tab that reads this right here. And then from there, the N8N adds the number one to it. um, let me see if I can show you. So here, and this is where it got hard. I don't know how to write JSON. And so so ChatGPT wrote the JSON for me and helped me every step
Oh,
of the way to get this done because I don't know how to write JSON.
I was gonna say,
And
wow, and this is supposed to be no code.
that's right. It's supposed to be, but that's not really true because of what
Right.
I was doing was so complicated.
Okay.
So here it pulls from that row on that sheet and adds two. It adds two because there's a header and in it, so it can't just add one, it has to add two. It's a whole thing. And it was wild trying to figure out how to make this work. I almost gave up. I just didn't think it could be done. Um, and then the other part that was tough, but not impossible, but challenging, was setting up the permissions for Google
Okay.
because I had to create a Google app, and that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then also N8N kept adding random spaces, so I had to add all this code to clean the code after I
Oh
would
my
do something.
gosh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a whole thing. Um, and you can see there's merges
Yeah.
and merges and edit fields, which is just like just random JSON here. Um, it was intense,
So
but
this basically skips a step, like a person step, right?
oh, absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure,
So you don't have
yeah,
to wait on time zones and wait on an actual person to get on to do these steps and assign and then allow the previous person to move forward with
that's right,
the
that's right.
process. Yeah.
And you might be thinking, oh my God, you're replacing someone. No, this was
I
a
was going to say,
tiny,
here's an example of AI replace. No.
yeah, no. This was a tiny piece of something that Will did that was getting in the way of what his most important task.
Right.
Right. It's funny because once I did that, then he was like, hey, can you make me another one that gets rid of this task? And so I was like, okay. So we created this one, which basically, I think this is pretty cool. When an article is published, normally he has to update that spreadsheet I just showed you with
Mhm.
the link to the new article, and then also some other admin here. So if it's a recipe, it goes to a different spreadsheet, and it's some simple stuff, but he was like, I forget to do it all the time because I'm so busy. Can you guys, and then when there's an article, he's supposed to Slack us, but most of the time he doesn't. He's just got other important things to do. So he was like, can we just do an after publish workflow? And also I wanted it to post to Facebook if it was a recipe or a roundup for us after it publishes. So now it says it's got this RSS trigger, and gets the post from WordPress, some code, and then it updates that spreadsheet. And then it has an if thing here, because if it is a recipe, then it updates this spreadsheet too. So it'll update this spreadsheet and this spreadsheet, and then it will Slack us that it's published. But also, if it's a recipe, it'll go and post it on Facebook, which was so hard to figure out. Facebook is not playing very well with N8N on some technical stuff,
Okay.
even though they advertise that they do. And
Sure.
then if it's a roundup, it'll go post on Facebook with certain text. So I predefined a formula, like a text formula of like, I forget what it is. Let me see. It doesn't show us there. Maybe it shows us here. Oh,
This is
don't
so
miss.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so don't miss, and then it gives you whatever the primary keyword phrase is, and then
Yeah.
grab the list from that link.
So what I love about this is how much more granular you can get with your if this then that processes,
Mhm,
because like with a tool like Zapier, right?
Yeah,
Like it has preset things that it can do.
right.
And then if you wanted to do something a bit more complicated, I can't speak today. Oh my
That's
goodness.
okay.
Words are hard. If you wanted to do something a bit more complicated, then you either have to do like multiple zaps that like feed off of
Yeah,
each other, or you have to go in and understand how to, I mean, not code, but you have to go in and do the what is it? It's a raw something or other. But I think essentially it's like it's that JSON
yes,
thing,
yes,
but they take care of it on the back end. You just have to tell it, I want you to do this specifically. And then if it can't do it, then you get an error, right? So
right,
I
right.
do love the fact that this is a lot more flexible for the not routine things, because Zapier has to appeal to the masses, right? Like that's the
Right.
whole point. It has to make it easy for majority of users. So there are
Right.
certain things that it cannot do, but it sounds like this kind of fills that gap for the people that
It does. And I will say, to your point, Zapier and make.com
uh-huh.
both have keep like almost daily adding more to it. So it's possible that if you were to go look at Zapier now, that it can do a lot of the things that you're wanting it to do.
Yeah.
They keep doing improvements. Like Make is really, you can see right here on the front page of Make, automation. But
Right.
here's the thing, and there's pros and cons to each of them.
Right.
Make and Zapier apparently are easier to set up. But the problem is every one of these in Make or Zapier, every one of these nodes that you see here, these are called nodes, are a make action or a zap. Okay. Which means you get charged for every single thing that happens in this automation.
Yep.
Which can add up quickly. But
Yes.
with N8N,
Don't I know it?
yeah, but with N8N, this is all one automation. So you're
Yeah.
only charged one time for the whole thing to run.
Right, right.
It doesn't matter how big this workflow is, it's only one charge every time it runs instead of,
Okay.
however many, what is this, 20 things here?
Mhm.
Maybe not that many, but whatever. Instead of it costing you 20 actions, it's just one.
Right.
So, but on the flip side of that, I am doing I'm having them host N8N,
Yeah.
which means I'm limited to 15 workflows for what I pay
Okay.
on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
So it's a flat rate, 15 workflows. But also I have two and it's already changed our business. So, I don't know that I'll need 15 workflows at all.
Right.
You can self-host and have as many workflows as you want, but then you lose some of the can't believe I said this out loud, but the ease of setup. Plus, then you got to host it, and that's a hosting fee. But it's pretty cheap to host these things. Apparently, you can do it for like $6 a month.
Sure.
But I just felt like for now, if I ever get past 15 workflows, I'll probably self-host.
Okay.
Because you can export this and self-host it if you want to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So how did you stumble across this? Did you already talk about that?
I mean, I think just paying attention, YouTube.
Okay.
And also, I pay a lot of attention, as we all know, to what's going on with AI.
Yeah.
And this is adjacent to that, if not completely attached.
Yeah.
So I've just been trying to think of ways so that we can do more human work.
Yeah. Ever since you mentioned the token limit with AI,
Yeah.
or at least Chat GPT and things like that, I've gotten into the habit of basically building into my requests like please and thank you.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
That way I'm like, I'm going to preface this with my please and thank you. That way I don't feel compelled to like send that one, hey, thanks, because it's going to use up tokens and then it's going
That's
to
right.
forget things. Yeah.
And that's why it's like, it likes to say extra things like, here's why that works. I'm like, I don't care about the why.
Right.
Just want to tell me what to do next. Because like when I
Yeah.
was doing this, it would be like, here's the JSON that I think we should use, and here's two other options, and here's why I think I was like, stop telling me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and apparently, thank you, YouTube, by the way. So you and I, we've talked about this before. We use YouTube in very different ways. Like you use it for educational purposes. I
Yeah.
use it strictly for entertainment. Like I go to YouTube because I'm looking for like a music video or I mean every now and then I'll look for uh something that's like a tutorial, but I don't think YouTube and learning,
Oh, right.
like for me, YouTube is like Hulu or Disney Plus, like I use it in an entertainment capacity. Um, what was my point?
I don't know.
Don't know. Oh, thanks to YouTube though, I did find that there is a way that when you find or when you start experiencing like that lagging or even like repetitive responses from your AI, no matter what you're using, you can actually tell it like, hey, it looks like you're lagging, or it looks like maybe like this chat thread is using up all the tokens or it's clogging up your memory or whatever. Let's reset. When you tell it, let's reset, give me a summary of the key things, ideas, points, or whatever from this chat, and then it gives you the bullet points, then it's like, then you tell it, okay, just remember that, and then we'll reset.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I figured that out when I was doing this because I went through so many. Well, I
yeah,
told you when it hallucinated in the last call we did about
right.
my GPT. And that was
Yes.
when I figured out, wait a minute, I need to rethink all of this.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes. So I just love
Um,
the fact that you can actually, you don't, you don't really have to use a new chat for every new topic, because that was my question to you, right? Like, should I be creating a new chat for every single new thought or idea or whatever? But then it becomes like super cluttered, because you can't, there's no easy way, especially in like Chat GPT, there's no easy way to organize unless you
Projects.
put them into projects. Yeah.
Oh, I
But
use projects constantly though.
yeah, but even that, it's like, okay, it's almost like, well, here's another cleanup that I have to do. Like, here's another digital cleanup that I have to go through. Um,
Today I asked ChatGPT about GPT-5
yeah.
and was like, what is it going to do to make things better? And it said, well, it's going to get better. It's going to be better about, I like how it talks about itself, but it's not itself, you know? Anyway, it's like, it's going to be better at remembering previous conversations was the biggest thing that's going to help you.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah, that'll be big.
So my question too is, because you mentioned GPT-5 is coming out soon. I did
In
notice,
theory.
in theory, I did notice over the weekend that I had like, I was using Chat GPT like I normally do, but then I got like this little pop-up that said I was reaching my limit on 4.5, and I was like, when did I even like start using 4.5?
Oh, yeah.
And so I guess it
Yeah.
like automatically put me on 4.5 for one of the models. But
I find this model picking so confusing.
I do too, because it says it's research preview. And I was like, I don't remember choosing research for this at all, unless I, fat fingered it and did it by accident.
Yeah, like I'll
But
ask
apparently
it
that's
sometimes.
limited.
Sometimes I'll ask it, what model should I use right now for this conversation?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just ask it everything. It's like
I do too.
yesterday, I spent my entire day just doing strategy thinking
Hmm.
for my newsletter. In particular, actually, I stepped back and did a full strategy of the whole blog,
Yeah.
and I just the whole time chatted with ChatGPT about it. Now, don't think that I'm just letting ChatGPT come up with my full strategy. That's not it at all.
Right.
But I use it as a consultant, and I'll be like, hey, you're a consultant at this, and also never accept its first answer. Always challenge it to and in that, but for that conversation, I actually used O3
Okay.
because it has advanced reasoning.
Okay.
And I found that useful. Apparently, the rumor that I'm hearing with GPT-5, which you bring up one of the reasons I'm excited about it, is that it's going to merge all the models. So you don't have to stop thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
And that would be so useful because I find this model thing just so stupid.
Yeah, and then when they merge the models, it'll automatically know which one to use,
I
or
guess so.
it's
Or
it's
it'll all
almost
be in
like a,
one.
yeah, it's gonna be a brain basically, right?
I guess so. Yeah. Bigger
Oh,
than my brain.
that reminds me, like, I know that I have been texting you like excerpts from this book that I'm reading, which is
Oh,
like
yeah.
blowing my mind. I don't even remember how I came across this book. It was just I guess, like, I had heard about it, and then I thought it sounded interesting at the time, and then I just went to, my library app like I do, and I put a hold on it because why not,
Yeah.
right? And then totally forgot about it. So when it came up and it became available, I was like, I don't remember what this is, but okay, yeah, let me go ahead and borrow it. And then I started reading it, and I was like, this is terrifying. And see, now I can't even remember what that book is. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Let me see.
what am I currently reading?
Where the axe is buried.
Where the axe is buried. Okay. The way that this is set up, basically, there are two forms of government, right? Like, one is people led and one is AI led.
Oh, shit. Really?
So your options, yeah. So instead of your like a two-party system here in the United States, because this isn't based in the US, this is based in like a European country, right? Or
Okay.
a fictional European country. And so when they're electing like who's going to run the country, Like your options were, well, here is a person, like a human being, or AI, and it's this like benevolent, like caring AI. Oh my gosh. It is insane. And it just reminds me, like whenever we talk about AI and the merging of the models to become one brain kind of thing, that's what triggered the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thought of, oh, well,
It
in
sounds
this,
like a book I should read sometime.
I
I've got
think
so many
so
books
too.
in the list right now. So,
Yeah, yeah. I
um,
don't know if it's on audiobook, like I feel like this would be a fun audiobook. Only because there's so many different characters, like there's a lot of moving parts, there's so many players that sometimes I have to go, like I'll be deep into a chapter and then I'm like, wait a second, who am I reading about? And then I have to go back and then look at like what the chapter is titled because that's the character that I'm following.
okay. I remember I texted you and I was like, this is fiction, right? Because these days you got to ask,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I know. You have to ask now. But
yeah,
no,
yeah.
it is so fascinating just how it's obviously it's a thriller, like it's a sci-fi thriller. There's obviously an undercurrent of like um menace to it because then you're at the point where you're like, well, which is the lesser of the two evils? The human or the AI? Because they're both
Oh,
flawed. And that's the key thing in this book is that nobody's perfect. Even if you think that you've built the most perfect AI, like you have the most perfect logic for an AI, it's not perfect. There's no
right.
such thing. And I love that
Fascinating. Yeah.
it keeps focusing back on that. Like,
I love that. That
and
is,
you
well,
the
I'm
key
going to
thing
check.
too. Well, I was going to say the key thing too in this book is just the fact that it's still highly dependent on like the imagination, creativity, and like pattern recognition of humans.
See, that's the thing. It's still humans designing it so
Mm-hmm.
far.
Yep.
So right before we got on this call, I don't know what this is yet, but ChatGPT, OpenAI sent something out. So I'm going to share my screen because
Okay.
it feels relevant. I wasn't going to get into it because I'm starving, but let's get into this.
Sure.
Um, I don't know what this is, so we're going into this together blind.
Okay.
All I know is they sent this out. They tweeted it. OpenAI. What we're optimizing ChatGPT for. We design it to help you make progress, learn something new, and solve problems.
Mm-hmm.
We build ChatGPT to help you thrive in all the ways you want. I realize this could be a podcast, so I need to read out loud. To make progress, learn something new, or solve a problem, and then get back to your life. Our goal isn't to hold your attention, but to help you use it well. Instead of measuring success by time spent or clicks, we care more about whether you leave the product having done what you came for. We also pay attention to whether you return daily, weekly, or monthly, because that shows ChatGPT is useful enough to come back to. Our goals are aligned with yours. If ChatGPT genuinely helps you, you'll want to do it more for you and decide to subscribe for the long haul. That makes sense.
Yeah.
This is what a helpful ChatGPT experience could look like. Help me prepare a tough conversation with my boss. ChatGPT tones into what you need to feel at your best with resources like practice scenarios or their tailored pep talk. So you can walk around and feeling grounded and confident. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, I need to understand my lab results. It explains the numbers and helps you ask the right questions of your doctor. So you and your doctor can personalize your care with more information. Or, I'm feeling stuck. Help me untangle my thoughts. It acts as a sounding board while empowering you with tools of thought so you can think more clearly. I use it that way a lot
Yeah.
for work. I don't really ever ask it anything personal. I've just realized.
Yeah.
Often less time in the product is assigned at work. With new capabilities like ChatGPT Agent, it can now help you achieve goals without being in the app at all. Booking a doctor's appointment, summarizing your inbox, or planning birthday party. On healthy use. Okay, so it looks like this is a pop-up that says, just checking in. You've been chatting a while. Is this a good time for a break? Keep
Oh.
chatting. This was helpful. That's interesting.
That is interesting. It's very similar to like the social media approach, you know, like how
Mhm.
I know for TikTok, I don't know about Facebook because uh, I still have not reinstalled Facebook app on my phone. So I only ever access it on the web and for very like specific things. Like I'm going in there to either look at my Facebook messages because I know that somebody has sent me something and I'm looking for it, or I'm posting something specific, like work related, you know, whether it's for real estate or Network Titan, CEO sidekicks, whatever it may be. But
Mhm.
it's very specific. Like I go in there with a purpose and then I bounce because I do
Yeah.
not like the web. I don't like the web experience of
Hmm.
Facebook.
Interesting.
But TikTok, I will scroll that all day long. It's so bad. But
Yeah.
it'll prompt me. It'll say, "Hey, maybe it's time for a break." And I'm like, "Don't judge me." Like I don't like this feeling of judgment, you know?
Yeah.
But I
It
like
said,
that it's going to prompt you because
yeah.
it I can see how people could get sucked into a conversation with not just Chat GPT, but just AI in general. Like they could get sucked into an AI conversation because what does everybody want in life?
To be
They want
heard.
to be, they want to feel seen, heard, and acknowledged, right?
That's right.
And if there is an AI that is giving them 1,000% attention, where they're feeling seen, heard, and acknowledged, I can absolutely see people getting sucked into, well, this is my sounding board, but really all it is they've become codependent on an AI that makes them feel seen.
Well, I guess that's what this next part is about.
Oh,
Because
sorry, I
we
jumped
don't
ahead.
always get it right. Earlier this year, an update made the model too agreeable, sometimes saying what sounded nice instead of what was actually helpful. We rolled it back, changed how we use feedback, and are improving how we measure real world usefulness. Supporting when you're struggling, supporting you when you're struggling. ChatGPT is trained to respond with grounded honesty. There have been instances where our 4.0 model fell short in recognizing signs of delusion or emotional
There you
dependency. That's
go.
what you're talking about, right?
Yep, that's
While
exactly what I'm talking
rare,
about.
we're continuing to improve our models and are developing tools to better detect signs of mental or emotional distress. So ChatGPT can respond appropriately and point people to evidence-based resources when needed, keeping you in control of your time. Starting today, you'll see gentle reminders during long sessions to encourage breaks. We'll keep tuning when and how they show up so they feel natural and helpful. Helping you solve personal challenges. When you ask something like, should I break up with my boyfriend? ChatGPT shouldn't give you an answer. It should help you think through, asking questions, weighing pros and cons. New behavior for high stakes personal decisions is rolling out soon.
Okay.
Let's see,
I mean,
learning from experts.
I understand that people people ask AI those types of questions, but my goodness,
Yeah.
the whole should I break up with my boyfriend? Why would you ask AI that?
Well, I can imagine if you have no one else to talk to.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Um, Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know what this was about. And there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we should end it on that note.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in if you're here.
Yeah.
Or even if you're watching
Watching later.
the replay.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
I didn't hit record, so now I have to wait for YouTube to finish processing.
Oh, really?
It's because I didn't follow the standard operating procedure. See,
Well, there you
people, this
go.
is why SOPs are important, because there is a certain flow or steps that you should follow for an efficient workflow, and I have just made it inefficient for myself. So it's all good. It's fine. It'll take a second. Or it's just an extra step that I have to do now. But it's all good.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning in. As always, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if there are any topics that you want to talk about, or if you want to join us.
Yes.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.